This is Ken with the Mingo team. We've been getting a lot of requests recently of people wanting to know how to buy Ether and how to participate in the Mingo presale and ICO. So I figured I'd just take a few minutes real quickly to talk about how to buy Ether through Coinbase, which is probably the most popular one to date. The first thing you want to do is go to the coinbase.com URL. So that's www.coinbase, coinbase.com. And when you go there, you'll see this page. Then what you want to do is go ahead and sign up. It's going to ask you for some personal information. And as soon as you're done with that, it's going to pop you into your own Coinbase dashboard. And I'm not going to go through the process of signing up here because I've already done it a couple times and I don't have extra information to throw at it. But it's pretty self-explanatory. You can figure your way through it. Common sign-up form. Now, when you get into your dashboard, there is a place for you to add payment mechanisms or payment methods. And so if you go to the settings and then you see payment methods here and you click add payment method, they support 3 different payment methods right now: PayPal, credit card, debit card, and bank account. Now, each of them has different sets of limits, and I have to warn you with Coinbase, they do KYC, know your customer. So if you want to get higher limits in general, you're going to have to give them some form of identification. And they've got a pretty simple process for doing that. And I won't go into that right now, but I'll show you where to click to start that process. But in here, if you want to do bank account, for example, you do get higher limits right off the bat, but it takes about 4 to 5 days for each transaction to go through when you're buying, which can be a little bit of a pain to wait for that to process. And I wouldn't want you to miss out on the Mingo presale or ICO because of waiting time. The other mechanism, which I see a lot of people use, is the credit or debit card. So even if you have a debit card from your bank, you can use that. It does have lower limits, but it is an instant buy. And I'll show you what I mean by lower limits. So if I go into my dashboard, for example, and I go to buy sell. So when I come in here, I'm going to go ahead and look at my buy sell options here. I'm going to choose Ethereum because that's what I want to use, or Ether. That's what I want to use for this presale. So I'm going to go ahead and put in $10 as my buy. I'm going to hit buy Ethereum instantly. Click that button. It's going to ask me to confirm my purchase, so you can see my total amount that I'm going to be purchasing here. You do notice that the fee is 99 cents, so it's about 10%. That's not normal. It's just this is a really small purchase of $10. So the fee looks pretty huge compared to the amount that I'm buying. But the larger amount you buy, the smaller that percentage becomes very quickly. Also, it is actually a lot lower fee to purchase with the bank account. So it takes more time and your limits are higher, but the fee is lower. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm my buy here. Successful. I'm going to go to my dashboard. And if we click on my Ethereum account, so if we go to accounts here, we'll see I have a little bit of Bitcoin here. I've got my Ethereum wallet here, and you can see that I just purchased this amount. So I now have 0.03 additional Ether in this wallet, and I've actually got 0.05 total in this wallet, if we see here. So that's how you actually go about and buy Ethereum. In a later video, I'll also introduce how to transfer from my Coinbase account to an Ethereum account or an Ethereum wallet. It's actually an account is what they call it. But there are some limitations to Coinbase. So there are some warnings about how to participate in a presale or ICO. And I'll go over that in detail as well. But just for now, know that Coinbase is a great place to buy your Ether. It's also a great place if you're sending Ether to somebody else who also has a Coinbase account. The fees are lower and it's instant. And they do that with what's called off-chain transactions. So they don't do it on the blockchain. So it's great if that's what you're using it for. It's kind of like PayPal, where it's very easy to transact with other people who have accounts on the same platform. If you want to participate in ICOs or pre-sales, you'll actually notice that if I hit the send button here and I say I'm going to do Ethereum wallet, notice here it says do not send ETH directly to an Ethereum contract. all pre-sales and ICOs are built on top of contracts, and there's a reason for that. So it's advised not to send Ether directly from your Coinbase account to a pre-sale or ICO contract. Instead, what's usually acceptable is for you to transfer whatever funds you have into a contract compatible wallet. And there's a number of those. There's Parity, there's My Ether Wallet, and Mist are some of the common ones. I'll be going over My Ether Wallet in a later video and how to get money or Ethereum out of Coinbase and into My Ether Wallet so that you can participate in pre-sales and other things. And also there's the added security of with My Ether Wallet. It's not online, so you're not dependent on a third-party company to maintain your wallet or protect it or anything like that. You can actually take it with you wherever you go, and I'll talk more about that later in another video. So that's how you buy Ethereum, and that's probably step one in this entire process.